5, 4, 3, 2.
This is Around the Town, and I'm your co-host, Tom Byrne.
And this is Barbara Byrne, and today our guests are from the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church. Father Richard Tinney, Jeannie Moore, and Kelly Fitzgerald. Father, tell us something about the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church.
Well, the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church was originally a French national parish, and the French people of this community built the church, and it will be 100 years old in 1992, where we'll be celebrating our centennial, and hopefully along with our centennial we'll have some renovations going on and kind of to enliven the church and to bring about the beauty that's there and to keep the beauty that's there. We'd like to restore rather than renovate, actually.
It was originally a French church, and it was, the priest gave us sermons in French, I would say.
Yes, it was in French, I understand, until I think it was 1954 or 55, somewhere in that era that they started to do it in English. Father Desatel, I think, was the last French pastor who preached in French.
And you're here mainly today to talk about the bazaar or fair, or what is it?
Our bazaar, it's a yearly event that we have, and it's we use it to build community as well as to make a little bit of money. We start along about February to build and to prepare, and it takes a lot of people over the 4 or 5 months to put it all together, and it gives everyone an opportunity to lend a hand and to grow in that way as a community, as well as our Sunday worship is good, but it goes beyond that, and it's much it gives a broader field of who we are and what we are about.
Jeannie, you're interested in the crafts?
Yes, I've been working on the crafts, myself and a few other members of the parish. Most of our crafts, though, are donated by people at home. They make things at home and they bring them in. But here's a few of the things that we do have. We've been working on, some of these we've made during our workshops, other people brought in. We've been working on some fabric frames. We have
Jeannie, you can hold them up so
that fabric frames. We have all different shapes and sizes. I find that I like the fabric frames. I don't have to worry about my children breaking the glass at home, so they come in handy. We've also done a lot of what we call no-sew calico. And these things, I think they're real attractive, especially hanging at home nice and colorful. They take a lot of time to make, but you get a lot of satisfaction out of them.
be pretty in somebody's kitchen.
Right, and the colors and that. Also, we've had, like I said, a lot of people have been helping at home. We had one woman bring pillows, and I gave her some material and some filler and that, and she came back with quilted pillows. She used all these from her own home to make them look real attractive. And then for the kids and that, we have lots of dolls. And one woman went and she went in an outfit for this doll. We have another real talented woman in our parish, and she made all sorts of stuffed animals. She's made cool pillows, lovely cross-stitch, real nice. And a butterfly here, which I've just started noticing people make around. Another woman in our parish made this and brought it in. Real attractive looking for your door. But this is just a small sample of the things that we do have. We've been using our youth group room, and it's just full. And by next week, I expect it to be just, it takes us usually a couple of truckloads to get them up there, so there's a wide variety for everybody. We even have, for the children, little grab bags for $1, so they can feel like they can come in and get things also.
Where is it going to take place?
Up at the Vocational Center on Woodstock Avenue.
And what day would that be?
It's a Sunday, the week after next Sunday.
And the date?
August 17th, and it usually starts about 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Supposing it rains, what happens?
Then we usually...
Then we are washed out.
You are washed out?
Yeah, we don't have a rain date, so if it rains, we'll probably try to go to the gym at the school and do what we can there, and which would not be very much. That was one of the reasons why they moved to the Votech, is because the gym was too small. We didn't have the space there, so we moved to the Votech for that reason, for space. And if it rains, we're in trouble.
We could have tents for shade purposes for people that don't want to stand in the sun for an hour or so.
We'll have 2 tents, and that's basically all we'll have as far as tents. There'll be space under it for bingo, but there will be space for shade too. But it was just one main large tent.
Will you have refreshments?
We'll have all kinds of refreshments. We have food booth, which will be having, sausage sandwiches and hamburgers, and hopefully we'll have a chicken barbecue to go along with the day, and fried dough and all kinds of good things like that for people who will be hungry. Another thing that we're trying to do this year is to have kind of a battle of the bands. Dick St. Peter has organized, I think it's 4 bands that will be there during the day from 12 until 5, and they'll have a space, a time where they'll perform, and we maybe give you $100 to the best band to give them a little bit of incentive. I really look forward to that. It's some of the local bands. I don't know the names of them, but they're the local bands, and they're coming strictly on volunteer, and we're really appreciative of that fact, because it will add something to our day, and variety and enjoyment, which we really want. And that's one reason for the festival, is the enjoyment part of it, because I think that, we pray together, but also it's all right to have fun together, because you grow in that way also. And God likes fun, and he smiles and is happy when his children are happy. So if we're happy together, then I believe he's happy, and there's a good spirit. We have life, and it builds us and gives us something to go forward with, and to be all that we can be as parish and as God's people. And that's important, because we just gather on Sunday, and sometimes we go home and we don't see each other. But if we work this way, we build community, and we get to love one another more, and it's a deeper sense of being that comes forward. At least that's what I find, and that's one of the real enjoyments that I have on that day, and building for that day. Sometimes we get discouraged along the way,
Yes.
but nevertheless, as it progresses and when it's over, we look back and we see what has happened, and that gives us satisfaction, and that gives us encouragement, and leads us on to the next year. And that's vitally important, I think.
Kelly, you're here to talk about the youth group at the church.
Yeah, our youth group was set up quite a few years ago. I myself have only been a participant for 2 years, but in those 2 years I've really found that it's made a difference in helping shape my life, because I find I get a lot out of youth group. It's made a big difference for me in my outlook on religion in general.
Mm-hmm.
It like Father was saying, it helps you build community, but it also helps you build something for yourself. It's a little something that's really, it's nice to have there, because it just helps you give that, little extra nudge that makes it really nice. And we have a terrific youth group in general. We have basically about 25 participants, but it can vary depending on what we're striving for. If we're going out and we're doing something that's of interest to 10 participants in the youth group, only 10 will go for it. But if it's all of them, then we'll all go for it.
What have you done?
Since I've been in youth group, we've done quite a lot. Every year we do a starvation awareness program, which basically we go around the city of Rutland asking for food, which we take back to the parish, and is eventually shipped out to wherever it may be needed. I'm not, I don't know where the food went this year. Father, do you know?
I believe it went to South America, the majority of
And
it.
the year before it went to Kenya or something.
Kenya.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it goes around there, and also
and part of it stayed here too, and we brought it to the mission food shelf to help out our own too.
And also on the more recreational basis, we've taken several field trips. The weekend of the bazaar, the youth group is going up to Johnson State College for the annual Youth Group Congress, which is a lot of fun because you get a lot of kids from all the youth groups in the state together for a weekend. And I went last year, and I had a good time last year, and I'm really looking forward to it this year.
How many will be going?
I think we have 16 going this year.
That's a good group.
Yeah, last year we had 32, so it was really good last year. We had the biggest group there last year. But we had a really, really nice time. And the good thing about it is you really, you stay like within your own youth group, but yet you can branch out to others too.
You get to know someone from all over the state.
Right. And it's just, I found that it was really easy to build friendships there last year because being a youth group congress, you can feel open and honest, and you don't have to pretend.
Was it the first time you went last year?
Last year was my first time, yeah.
Now you'll go back and see some of the friends you made last year.
Right, right. Sure will.
I think that's an excellent way of learning something about our country. The young people to collect food rather than send a check to someone, because they then realize that someone had to grow the food and process the food before it became usable. So to collect the actual food and see it shipped away, it has more impact on the young people.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, but it's also a good feeling when you get done. This particular year, we chose on the day that we did starvation awareness that we weren't going to eat until we had finished it during the day. And we worked together with the youth group from Christ the King Church. And so we all met in the morning, and then we gathered our food, and we brought it back and boxed it and labeled it. And then we had a pizza party between the two youth groups, and it was fun. It was nice to have some food afterwards, but it was a good time. And also it says something positive about teenagers today, because there are a lot of negative things, and sometimes the negative things are more powerfully noticed than the positive things. And it's a way of stepping out and just showing.
How do you feel about getting a chance to work with some of the older folks? You learned anything from that process?
Well, I have, but basically through that, what I did is when I was taking my confirmation religion course last year, I had to do 30 hours of community service, and that's what I did through that. Through youth group, what we do is we do go Christmas caroling, and that's basically how we relate to the older people of the community. They really seem to appreciate that.
Did you go into the nursing home?
Yes, we did. And it was quite an experience, but it was a good time. We had fun.
It may have been a shock the first time you went into a nursing home, right?
Well, the first time I ever went into a nursing home, I was a first grader. I was in Girl Scouts. So really, it wasn't anything new for me. But it was, I don't know, I can't really speak for anybody else. I'm not really sure, but I seem to enjoy it.
That's good.
And again, that's a positive way of showing youth in society now.
What other ways did you serve the community?
Well, basically, we try and address ourselves to the community. We've participated in some of the masses. at church. And just by basically showing that, you know, we're there for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's really our gift to the community. What youth group is for us is it's a way to bring in religion, but yet recreation, you know.
Have a good time also.
Right. It's not all religion. It's not, you know.
And it's not all good fun. It's a combination of the both.
Right. And out of it comes a really special thing.
Yes. Jeannie, what else is there at the Bazaar this year?
Oh, we've got lots of different activities going on. We have our white elephant table where people can come and pick up their treasures. We say that one man's junk is another one's treasure. We also have plant tables. People have been growing plants all year long, and we repot them. And along with that, they usually have plant hangers, so you can get enough plants to
Decorate
your own home. We also have, of course, baked goods. Everybody likes to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all busy that day, so it's nice for us to go over and find something to munch on, too. Also, we have a wide variety of games. This year, we've ordered a lot of different kinds of prizes, a lot of stuffed animals, things that we think people will be interested in trying to win. We've got children's games, adult games, lots of different things this year. They've really expanded the games.
Because there's another important feature that we haven't mentioned. If people attend the bazaar, they're more than likely to meet some old friends that they haven't seen for a long time.
Definitely. It's amazing in visiting around the parish, you know, during the year, in the past couple of weeks, I've bumped into some people that's really disappointed because something has happened in their life, like, you know, a broken leg or a broken hip or something like that, and they feel, you know, I can't go to the bazaar this year because we've been going ever since, you know, it started, or for the past 4 or 5 years, and we really enjoyed being there, talking with friends and meeting friends, and just that, like, you know, I was saying, that building that community and seeing people in a different way is so important, and it is a way to meet your friends.
Many times people might belong to the same church, but for some reason or other, they never seem to meet each other. They may attend at different times, so this would provide an opportunity for people to get together and talk about old times and renew their friendships.
Friendships, definitely.
Also, I think it makes the church less commercial. You know, it makes it like a little bit more broadened.
More family.
Yeah.
And the other part, too, we thank our brothers and sisters in the other churches who come and support us also that day, because people from the other churches are there and, you know, share with us, and that's an important part, I think, of the Christian community, the broader community here in Rutland, that support that we get.
Well, the busy life that our society has today has a strong tendency to separate people most of the time. It happens in families.
Definitely.
Families don't see each other too often. And our community doesn't see each other very often either.
It's true. You know,
So
families.
events of this nature are good for everyone.
Like,
Yeah, it's a real family day. I know we've been in Immaculate Heart now for 4 years. We relocated here, and it was a nice way of starting to meet people. And you see faces in church, and you want to say hi, but then you kind of shy away. But then if you see them like on the field and that, it's just, you know, you feel more inclined to say, oh, hi, I recognize you. And that's why my husband and I have met a lot of people, and that's how we got so involved in the bazaar and other church activities.
Working with people is good too.
Oh yes, it's real nice. And I know even my children, they love it. My little boy, he goes down every year and he helps his dad move everything. And I mean, you mentioned the bazaar, and he's like all gung-ho, and he can't wait to go this year. He's been saving his money, and you know.
How old is he?
He'll be 5.
Oh.
He'll be 5, but he understands, and he likes playing all the games. He likes seeing all the people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you have any transportation arrangements for some elderly people that don't have the ability to get themselves up to the bazaar?
Actually, we haven't made that arrangement. That's a good idea. We hadn't thought of that. We have a meeting tonight, so that might be something I could bring back.
There might be some people who don't have the transportation.
And
Right.
would like to go.
Right. Exactly.
Now's a chance to ask for volunteers.
Volunteers. Right. We need your help. We need your car.
On the 17th.
On the 17th of August. Jeannie said they start at 9, but actually we're going to start at 8 with a breakfast, a pancake breakfast.
Oh, that sounds
The
good.
guys put a breakfast together and
The men did it?
the men, yes. Well, I can't say it's only the men. There's
You gotta have some women in
Rob,
there.
Rob Carpenter and his crew,
Whoever you can
wherever he can get there at 7 o'clock in the morning to prepare it.
will be there.
But the food's always good, and they do a good job. Everyone does a good job, and it's just fun to see the spirit that's there.
You say you're having a bingo game.
Small bingo. It's nothing like the Shriners had last Sunday, but it's a small game.
It'll attract.
Because a lot of people just like to play bingo, not for the big
Yeah.
money, but because it's a really entertainment for them, and a lot of older people like to do that as well as younger people, I suppose. But that's more or less for people who can't walk around all that much, and they come, they sit down, and they enjoy themselves,
Right.
and that's part of it too. That's their fun for the day.
How about parking? Would there be any problem parking?
No, there's plenty of room there at the Votech because you have the parking lot plus there's the parking out in the back, so we haven't had any problem there. We did keep count last year of people that went through. We give a ticket when they come in. Everybody gets a ticket, and we use that as door prizes. We give door prizes away. We got some real good door prizes this year, like $25 food certificate at First National one at Grand Union. We get some ice cream coupons and all of this type of stuff. We'll be giving that away periodically during the day. Of course, you have to be there to hear your number called in order to
Sounds like
to
there
win.
won't be any dull moment.
I don't think so. It's pretty well planned out, and there's a lot of activity. And the bands, I think that's going to be.
That's something new, and that'll.
We had them last year, but we didn't advertise it that much. But this year we're trying to push that a little bit more to let people know that they're going to be there. I don't think they knew that last year, and I think maybe that would bring more interest, and especially if they're going to get a little battle of the bands going on there. They're going to be working at a little bit more just to giving a little bit more, and the entertainment ought to be a little bit better, really, because they'll be giving their all and to show who's the best.
Yeah, I think the bazaar, there's something for everybody. I better remember to mention that we have a book booth too, otherwise I'll hear about it. Usually, and I find that I go and you can pick up books from children, friends, people that don't get to the library, and that's a good selection. And also there's going to be face painting for the children and free balloons for the kids. They always seem to enjoy balloons no matter what they are.
So maybe you should go over again the list of events, because make sure you don't leave something out.
Okay, a list of events. Like I say, we begin the morning with the pancake breakfast, and then along about 10 o'clock, the games will be open. We have a lot of different games with stuffed animals, and like Jeannie said, we've gone out to purchase better quality prizes this year to help us along. So it'll be probably 10, 15 games that will be operating during the day, games for children and older. We'll have our food booth, our plant booth, our book booth. Another big thing, part of the bazaar, is our raffle. We have a raffle and the top prize there is $1,000 that will be given away that day, and two $200 prizes and one $100 prize will be given away at that time, and that'll be at the end of the day, the drawing. And then the battle of the bands, and the food booths, and the bingo, and
Don't forget the crafts.
and the crafts.
I was waiting for you to say something.
And I think we have quite a day planned. And
And the day of the week,
it's Sunday,
Sunday, and the date,
the 17th of August.
August 17th.
17th. Yep. And it's been fun the past years, and I know it's going to be fun this year. I look forward to it because I see a lot of people that I just pass on Sundays. This way here you can talk for a while and you can just mingle with everyone. And
Everyone is more relaxed.
everyone's more relaxed. It's, well, I like to say it's not an obligation. It's just being there.
Would there be some of the young people will be there with some sort of armbands on or something so that people would know that they're available for help?
Well, we don't have that organized because that Sunday, or that weekend, is the Youth Congress at Johnson State College. So the majority of our youth are going to be there, of that group. So the ones who will be here, we'll try to get some of them to help us out somewhere during the day. But the majority is going to be up there, so we won't have that distinction.
Well, we'd like to thank you very much for coming down today and telling us about your bazaar. We hope you have great success.
We appreciate that. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here with you. And hopefully we can join with you again sometime along the way. It would be fun. It's been really enjoyable. We appreciate it.
This has been Around the Town. Thank you for watching.
We're down.